All right, so here, just gonna go in with some paint. Gonna dab it on. Actually, I think I want to go brighter. Let's go a little brighter. Yeah, we'll go barn door. I know, huh? Well, on craft, I love brown and red. It's cool. So here I'm just taking my dabber. I'm gonna dab some of it on, but I also want to just make sure that I'm blending it out. It's a really wet paint, so it goes on pretty darn quick. Really smooth. So I'm just kind of swiping it over the top. And we'll just take this and just stamp it with normal pressure. Just treat it like a regular stamp. And there's going to be our details. So you can see inside all of those little lines. You see the text, you see the words. Yeah, with great opacity as well. So I'll dry this. Now, because it stays wet for so long, you could emboss this too. So if you wanted to stamp, let's say you were going to stamp on a canvas or something like that, it's going to be thick enough that will allow you to emboss, like on a canvas board. And this paint will also work as a resist. Because this is going to be waterproof when it dries and it's opaque, I could ink over it with any color distress ink or stain, and the color of paint is not going to be affected. It's cool, it's just something different.
So you can use the paint as a background and then stamp over it again with the paint and then go over it again with like distress ink. And
basically, yeah.
You got it, yeah. It's cool.
It will work.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Same thing like if you wanted to do a background, like let's say you did this kind of background. I could stamp on this with paint and then I could color on this with markers, and my distress markers will not re-wet this blue because the blue was paint.
yeah.
If I color with distress markers over here, it's going to re-wet that stain. So that's what I'm saying. So it's a paint that if you wanted a soft inky background, you could get it to do that simply by wetting it first. Whereas if like, I don't want to stamp on something painted, okay, well you can stamp on something that looks like ink, but now you can color it and it's not going to re-wet.
Different levels. So you can just build layers and layers.
Layers and layers, because knowing that once the paint is dry, you don't have to worry about it re-wetting. So that allows you to put more ink, and then that allows you to put more paint, and that allows you to, it's really cool.
But that would also mean that you have to clean it out straight away, right?
You want to clean it off your stamp fairly quick, but like I said, from a drying time, I mean like on this, you'd probably have a good 3 to 5 minutes to clean that off. And I'm just cleaning it off with water.
Later hot water and the brush will work too.
There you go. Yeah, you scrub it away. Yeah. Or it becomes a good embellishment when you have enough paint and you just say, oh, that looks cool. Yeah. Because for stenciling, it's been really nice because it's a paint that you can put a little on your fingers and you can actually just go and rub it in your stencils. So you don't have to worry about dabbing in thick amounts of paint. This will allow you to get that very fluid look of paint in there. Yeah, it's pretty neat. Just trying to get that wing to dry. That little part is still wet, but if you swipe your finger over there, again, you won't feel where it's stamped. And you're like, you're sure you're going to feel it.
Yeah.
It's so weird. It's so weird. I can't explain it.